Hello everyone, welcome back to TechBlog 66. Today, we are diving into one of the most entertaining and cleverly crafted mystery thrillers of classic cinema, The Lady Vanishes, released in 1938. Directed by the legendary master of suspense, Alfred Hitchcock, this film is a brilliant blend of suspense, humor, romance, and intrigue. Even after decades, it remains fresh, fast-paced, and surprisingly modern in its storytelling. Let's explore why The Lady Vanishes continues to captivate audiences and why it stands as one of the finest works from Hitchcock's early British period. First, a little background. The Lady Vanishes was produced in the United Kingdom before Hitchcock moved to Hollywood. The film is based on the novel The Wheel Spins by Ethel Lina White. At the time of its release, Europe was on the brink of World War II, and you can feel that subtle political tension running beneath the surface of the story. Yet, Hitchcock balances this tension with light-hearted comedy and charming character interactions. The story begins in a fictional European country, where a group of travelers are stranded overnight due to an avalanche blocking the railway line. Among them is Iris Henderson, played by Margaret Lockwood. Iris is a lively young woman heading back to England to get married. She is cheerful, independent, and slightly spoiled, but very relatable. At the hotel, she encounters a diverse group of passengers who will later share the same train compartment. The next day, the travelers board the train. Iris meets an elderly governess named Miss Froey, portrayed wonderfully by May Whitty. Miss Froey is warm, kind, and seemingly harmless. However, after a small accident leaves Iris briefly unconscious, she wakes up to discover that Miss Froey has completely vanished. Here's where the mystery truly begins. When Iris asks the other passengers about the elderly lady, they all claim they have never seen her. No one remembers Miss Froey. It's as if she never existed. This creates an atmosphere of paranoia and confusion. Is Iris imagining things? Did she suffer a concussion and hallucinate? Or is something more sinister at play? The brilliance of Hitchcock's direction becomes clear in these moments. He doesn't rely on dramatic music or flashy visuals. Instead, he builds tension through dialogue, facial expressions, and confined spaces. The train setting plays a crucial role. The narrow corridors, private compartments, and constant motion create a claustrophobic environment that intensifies the suspense. Iris eventually finds an ally in Gilbert, played by Michael Redgrave. Gilbert is initially introduced as a slightly annoying musicologist who shares a humorous argument with Iris at the hotel. Their relationship begins with playful irritation but gradually develops into a partnership filled with trust and chemistry. The romantic subplot adds warmth to the thriller, making the story more engaging. One of the most impressive aspects of The Lady Vanishes is its sharp script. The dialogue feels natural and witty. Hitchcock cleverly uses humor to disarm the audience before pulling them back into tension. Two supporting characters, Charters and Caldecott, provide comic relief while also subtly representing the British keep calm and carry on attitude. They are more concerned about missing a cricket match than the possible conspiracy unfolding around them. As the mystery deepens, Iris and Gilbert uncover clues that suggest Miss Froey was not just an ordinary governess. There is espionage involved, secret messages, and hidden identities. Without giving away major spoilers, the disappearance is linked to political secrets that certain individuals are desperate to protect. What makes this film so impressive is how seamlessly it combines genres. It's not just a mystery, it's also a romantic comedy and a political thriller. Hitchcock maintains a steady pace, ensuring that the audience is constantly engaged. There are no unnecessary scenes. Every conversation and action pushes the plot forward. Visually, although the film was made in 1938, it feels remarkably dynamic. The train sequences are particularly well executed. The sense of movement is convincing, and the confined setting adds intensity to every confrontation. Hitchcock uses close-ups effectively to highlight suspicion and fear. Small details, a glance, a pause, a nervous reaction, become significant. Another important theme in The Lady Vanishes is trust. Iris must decide whom to believe. When everyone denies Miss Froe's existence, she begins to doubt herself. This psychological element is powerful. The idea that a group of strangers can manipulate reality is unsettling. It taps into universal fears about isolation and being dismissed. The film also subtly comments on pre-war Europe. Although the fictional country is unnamed, the political undertones are clear. There's a sense of rising danger and uncertainty. Hitchcock captures that anxiety without turning the movie into heavy propaganda. Instead, the political tension serves as a backdrop that enriches the suspense. Margaret Lockwood delivers a strong performance as Iris. Her transformation from carefree tourist to determined investigator feels authentic. Michael Redgrave brings charm and intelligence to Gilbert, making their partnership believable and enjoyable. Mae Whitty's performance as Miss Froe is gentle yet memorable, which makes her disappearance even more impactful. One particularly exciting sequence involves a confrontation aboard the train that escalates into action. The tension peaks as characters reveal their true intentions. Hitchcock demonstrates his mastery of staging suspense within limited space. He uses timing perfectly, stretching moments just enough to keep viewers on edge. It's fascinating to consider that this film was made before Hitchcock directed iconic Hollywood classics like Rebecca, Rear Window, and Psycho. Even here, we see the seeds of his signature style: ordinary people caught in extraordinary circumstances, mistaken identity, espionage, and strong female leads. Another strength of The Lady Vanishes is its pacing. At just over 90 minutes, the film never drags. The first act sets up the characters efficiently. The second act builds mystery. The third act delivers thrilling payoffs. Modern filmmakers could learn a lot from this tight, focused storytelling. The supporting cast also deserves recognition. The characters feel distinct and purposeful. Each passenger has a reason to either help or hinder Iris. This creates layers of suspicion. Hitchcock plays with audience expectations, sometimes making us suspect the wrong person, only to reveal surprising twists. The humor deserves special mention. Even in tense moments, there are clever lines and awkward interactions that lighten the mood. This balance prevents the film from becoming overly dark. It also makes the characters more relatable. From a technical standpoint, the black and white cinematography enhances the atmosphere. Shadows, lighting contrasts, and close framing contribute to the mystery. The film score supports the tension without overwhelming the scenes. Why does The Lady Vanishes still matter today? Because it proves that strong storytelling does not depend on expensive effects or elaborate action sequences. It relies on characters, mystery, and emotional engagement. Hitchcock understood that suspense comes from what the audience knows, and what they fear might happen next. The film also highlights the power of observation. Iris notices details that others ignore. Her determination drives the story. It's refreshing to see a female protagonist who is proactive and intelligent, especially in a film from the 1930s. For modern viewers, the pacing and dialogue may feel different from contemporary thrillers, but that difference is part of its charm. The film invites you to pay attention, to listen carefully, and to think alongside the characters. In conclusion, The Lady Vanishes is a timeless classic that showcases Alfred Hitchcock's early genius. It combines suspense, humor, romance, and political intrigue into a tightly woven narrative. The performances are strong, the writing is sharp, and the direction is masterful. Whether you are a longtime Hitchcock fan or discovering classic cinema for the first time, this film offers an entertaining and intellectually engaging experience. If you enjoy clever mysteries, strong character dynamics, and vintage thrillers with charm, this movie is definitely worth your time. Thank you for watching TechBlog 66. If you enjoyed this review, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more classic film discussions. Let me know in the comments what Hitchcock film you would like me to review next. This movie is available on YouTube free.